I hope you liked that book review. It sure was fun, wasn't it? Um, that's the thing. This is a Quantum Leap review, which I know if you watch the episode, you kind of know where I'm already headed with it. Being that this show isn't just Quantum Leap with Ernie Hudson and some weird crossover between the Ghostbusters, like I've heard here online. It's it adds to what made the original show great. And it is that very adding cards to a house of cards that's already built that was kind of the downside to this episode. Because they make it. Mason Alexander's character, Ian, says the dumbest thing that that doesn't work in Quantum Leap if you think about it hard enough. And I now believe that Ben is leaping towards his wedding day. Because this episode was all about changing Addison. Um, yeah, it wasn't, hi, how are you? We're gonna do something new. Like in the cowboy episode, which they reference. It was more, um, we have to slip out an episode this week, so we're gonna do one with Brandon Ralph, which he's a good actor. I liked him as Ray Palmer, and I liked him here too. But to try to get one over on the audience and say that Addison's not going to be affected by the leap goes against the end of the first show, because he meaning Sam changed Al's life. So him and his wife got married and had the daughter from this show. And it said that something like they will celebrate their 30th anniversary later that spring. So later in the 90s. But point being, what they're trying to say, what they're trying to say how the leap couldn't affect Addison. I was like, come on. It affected Al. It changed it so this whole show was possible. They're clearly trying to get one over on us. I mean, I like the intrigue that they did manage to stop, like a World War III type thing. But um, I just felt that the audience wasn't as stupid as what they're trying to pull over on us. So, I like that they showed the other leaper again. He's always cool to see. Martinez. He's a very cool character, and he said he's going to remember, so I trust he will. So, yeah, there's that. Um, they didn't pick up on the plot thread of it being the future Ian that leaves, which means he may be the one in charge of this whole new quantum leap project. Um, I don't know. That's just speculation, but I I didn't even address that in the review. I should have, but yeah, we've established Ian's leaping, Martinez is leaping, and Sam's still out there somewhere. So that bar is going to be plenty full at the end. Um, the reason I think it's Addison's wedding day that um what day could be more important to her? I'm not saying women in general. I'm saying to her specifically than her wedding day with Ben is one of the reoccurring themes of the show is how much she loves Ben. I mean, her father's probably going to be there, which means we get to see an old Brandon Ralph all over again. Um, which we didn't officially do in the DC show, but hey, I may get to see old Brandon Ralph yet, or it may be like what they do for one of Mom's Hallmark shows, where they get a whole different actor but kind of looks like him. I'm curious to see how close they get it. Anyway, that's just a little tangent. Let's see, what else can I say without giving anything else away? It was a good show, so yeah, that's basically it. I don't want to miss any details because if I miss any details, anything at all, like how I left out that might be Ian Ian might be leaping to some point in the future, but we don't know what point. I may regret it for like the next one of these because I'd like it to be so you can watch it as a series, but I don't know. I don't know if you'll be able to do that. Let me know if you can. Anyway, um, something I did find interesting that I want to point out before the camera, before I all around quit for the month, is that Magic's counterpart in the Navy went on to be a public. He he went on to be a corporate bigwig. He went on to be in the public sector, which means that if it could be a corporate funded quantum leap, that to me, like, just stuck out. They were like, we need to get the story from all sides, which I absolutely agree with. You should always hear the story from all sides, not just, oh, we got one side of it. It should go many, many directions. But anyway, um, he pointed out that it wasn't a torpedo or grenade or missile or something. It was a mine. Like they had set out mines and that that exploded on the hull. I found that rather interesting. Let's see. And they stopped the senile commander from firing in time, which this guy's a legend. He's like super high up in the military, but he he's like clearly got some issues. I don't know what they're trying to imply he has, but he has something. And Brandon Ralph's character, Addison's father, takes the fall for him. So, yeah, when Addison originally starts the leap, she thinks that the lives are lost because of father, but it changes as the leap goes on. You find out it was this legendary commander. So, yeah, um, I'd like to, I'd like to see him again too, as well as Addison's father. I could make a whole list of people that I want to see again, but I'm not going to. But it was just fascinating, you know. Like I said, I don't want to miss any detail. She leaps. He leaps into a lady, into um a public defender. The guy's being accused of murder, and that's all we know for the next leap. I almost said this this week, but I don't know when I'm gonna get this up. So yeah, I know I'm one behind, and also because it's my show, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Batman because yeah, everybody's probably pitching a bitch involving Batman because as soon as the Batman show goes up, they're all like, it has the same problem as the Quantum Leap show because you're forever living in the shadow of the Batman 66 show. So good luck to them. I've been Bob out. I don't think they'll ever outsmart the Batman 66 show. That's another rant for another time. I think they're gonna complain that it's too dark. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I got everything.